All right, everybody. So right off the rip, I want to know what you all think about this topic right here. Leave some comments. Let's get this conversation going.
Guys, let's talk some hoops. Wagyu joins us as well. All right, Al, so what's at stake, you think, for Jokic in Denver here tonight in Game 5?
Well, it's legacy. It's to me, it's setting a tone for the rest of the West. I mean, they will be the fourth team in the last 23 years to have just one loss in the conference finals and NBA finals. And if I tell you those teams, you'll say one word when I say them. Golden State, San Antonio, and the early 2000 Lakers. They all did what? Repeat as champions. They were all teams that were part of a word Monica liked to use last week in talking about the Nuggets. Dynasty.
Wow. You know what? That's a Bikram yoga stretch. You stretched the hell out of it. Good job.
You've got to be careful because you got to look at your situations and wonder, is my chance for another ring over? Because Denver's going to be in the way. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm looking in Phoenix. I'm trying to win a chip without Golden State. But I don't know if I can do that because I don't know if I can build a team good enough to beat this team that has been together for a long time. They have chemistry. They are not getting old. They are just getting started.
So I'm going to disagree with Allen. He mentions comparisons with the Lakers, the Spurs, Golden State, and then mentions how Nuggets are going on to be a dynasty. And this always happens when a team has short-term success. They get overvalued by analysts. If you do well in a series, all of a sudden you're the best players and the best team in the world, which isn't the case. So an argument I would make for that, they're talking about all these, and I mean, Allen didn't make this statement just now, but in just other reports and every other talk show, they're talking about the records Joker is breaking and the records Jamal is breaking, and they'll compare them to Shaq and Kobe, just because of like their numbers. And it's like, okay, one big difference is the competition, right? So going against Bam, Joker versus Bam, or even the Heat altogether. If you watch the series from Heat versus Nuggets, you'll see most of the time they're undersized in the paint. I don't know how many times I've seen Gabe Vincent on Aaron Gordon, and they're getting destroyed down there. They switch and they get the smaller defender in the paint and they kill him. And even if they do have Bam on Joker, which he should always be on Joker, Joker will throw it up and it'll just go in. He rarely misses anyway, so I give him credit for that. I'm not taking away anything from the Nuggets, by the way, or I'm not trying to. But just in this case, context matters. Because if Joker's doing this against Joel Embiid, it's way more impressive than him doing this against Bam, just as an example, right? And then another thing Allen says is he's talking about putting like the league on notice and setting a tone. The league knows who their opponents are. They know who has what skill set. Everybody has their scouting report on stars in the NBA. This isn't the first time we've seen Joker play great. All season, Joker has been amazing. The Nuggets have been amazing. If anything, they're kind of underperforming in a way. I'm more so talking about Michael Porter Jr. I expected him to go off way more than he's been playing. But either way, the league knows who the Nuggets are. They had the best record this season. And I don't think anybody's scared of the Nuggets. It's like we know what we're getting into when we go against them, and we deal with it as we will. You know, I don't think anybody's worried about a dynasty. Kendrick Perkins made the point not too long ago that dynasties might be over.
It's no disrespect to the Denver Nuggets, but they have an old saying, iron sharpens iron. And Christine, Stephen A., and Brian Windhorst, when I look at the last 3 years, every season, it's been a different team coming out of the Western Conference. The Lakers, the Suns, Golden State, and this year the Nuggets. And when you think about what's going on is that teams are sitting back watching and teams are getting better in the offseason. Now, I know they had this new rule, and I'll let Wendy break that down when it comes to the hard cap and guys being able to move around, things to that nature. But the thing is that general managers are doing a better job in the offseason, reconstructing rosters and adding pieces that they need to go and compete for a title. And you ready for this? This is a hot take for you, and I mean this. In the next 15 to 20 years, I strongly believe that we will never see another dynasty and we will never see another repeat the way that the league is going. Over the last 5 years, we have had a different champion every single season. From the Golden State Warriors, starting with the Toronto Raptors, the Lakers, the Bucks, Golden State, and now we're here watching Denver and the Miami Heat compete. The league is just in a different space now. Teams are getting better, and we don't know when guys are going to bounce on their team or want out. We don't know what superstar is going to end up here, and just teams are getting better. I strongly believe that dynasties, we won't see dynasties over the next 15 to 20 years, and hell, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that we won't see a team repeat over the next 15 to 20 years.
I would veer more towards the Kendrick Perkins side, saying that there's probably not going to be a dynasty or not many dynasties. Teams are incredibly dynamic, and they're changing every offseason and throughout every year. And then on top of that, the potential of the other teams that made big moves, especially this season, did not reach their potential, and certainly have time to. So Alan mentions that the Nuggets are young, and they have great chemistry. So he's going to the point of they haven't reached their potential. Well, so many other teams are in the exact same position. Now, obviously, everybody doesn't have a Jokic or a Jamal Murray, but they have whoever they have. They have, a Joel Embiid. They have a KD, So there's other stars fully capable of making waves in the finals for next year. So I'm going to say this dynasty talk is kind of crazy. Like I mentioned before, they're overvaluing short-term success. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching to the end if you stuck around. And like I said at the beginning of the video, get some comments down. Let's start this conversation. I want to know what you guys think. So like, comment, and share, and let me know what other topics you guys have strong opinions on. We'll see you next time.